that are already here, if there are any. Uh, Welcome to me and Ralph Rita's awesome Sodium Quark broadcast. This is right. This is Solar Chat Superstar Ralph over here, and you know me, and you're gonna look at him for a minute while I get everything set up. So we can just take it off. There we go. So everybody be cool. You know how I'm always right on time and professional with everything. We're gonna get it going here in just a moment. I'm being sarcastic, of course. Anyway, before we start, this is the Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project, and I'm the big cheese director slant guy that does the work on this side. And we're doing our 2016 fundraiser this year. Once a year fundraiser. Ralph is a yearly donor. I'm a yearly donor. I want you to be a yearly donor as well. We take the telescopes to 300 plus events every year in 23 countries, and we try to get these little knuckleheads involved in science, so we won't have to arrest them later. So you can see what's going on with the world right now. I think everybody can turn on the news and see what's happening. We don't want to repeat this with the next generation. Ralph, I know, shares the same views on this. We want to get these kids involved in science. Ralph's a nuclear engineer. I'm a former nuclear engineer and now a retired old guy. The opportunities are there. The key is getting educated in middle school years, because you can learn anything in middle school. So that's what we do. We take these scopes and things out to schools, and we try to get the kids to go, ooh, ah, when they look in the eyepiece, just like it worked for us when we were kids. You know, we can all remember the first time we saw Saturn through a telescope. Well, with the sun, it's like that every day. There's something new. So we've got the scope set up. We're already got the sodium quark plugged in. We're letting it warm up. It's giving us a green light. I'm going to try to figure out how to send the links to Rob Black in Australia. And Ralph tells me that he speaks Australian, so you guys will have something to talk to. And then we'll get things going. So everybody bear with me for a few minutes, and that's that. First, we're going to get Ralph signed on so he can talk to you also, if we can. We use all Macs here, of course, because we're educated, and we just upgraded them all to Sierra, so we're dealing with some things to get online. So let me get Big Ralph online. Let's see. Okay. Events. By the way, 90% of what I say is wisecracks. Don't get offended. Resume. Hang on right there. Let's see. You got your deal plugged in. You got it turned on. There's one on for USB and an on for okay, power. And okay. And then press that when you get it on your ear, and you should hear something. And you'll have to plug into power probably. Okay, let's see. I think Ralph's online now. There he is. Let's see if he can. There he is. Look at that awesome photo. So do some talking, Ralph. Let me see what your volume says.
Yep. Chess. How's that work?
Nope, that's not working. How about now?
Try this. Working now? There we go. How's that?
That's good.
Good.
Yeah, there's your volume indicator, and there's my volume indicator. So talk.
All right, we'll get this thing going.
Okay, I think we're all set up, and I think probably I need to mute mine maybe or something. You're probably getting some echoes. Now let me find out how to invite Rob Black. Let's see, links. You hear that? Are you getting sound in your ears?
No. How's that?
Okay. Yeah, you're good. It's just that I don't want to cause any echoes, and I know I probably am. So, all right, Rob, we're looking for you, man. We're looking for your link. It's not in here, like you said. Supposed to be add people. There it is. Let's see if this works. Hi, Rob. Check your Facebook messages in a moment. Facebook. Ralph is thoroughly impressed with our high-tech setup out here.
Hey,
How professionally ran it is. Let's see if that works. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Now we probably should. Okay, I'm gonna start the software. Put this down here. Let me turn off this stupid banner on the bottom. Nobody cares what my name is. Okay. All right. Minimize that one. Get rid of that one. Close that one. Pull up this one. And this is the wonderful world of science right here, by the way. That's right. Live from Atlanta, Georgia, United States of America. We're at 11:43 a.m. Big Ram and Big Ralph.
there we go.
Living the life, man. Living the dream. Here we are. I'm starting my astronomy software. Camera should pop up. No cameras available to use. Just a moment. There's that one. Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe that. Let's try that. All right. No, FaceTime. I don't want to FaceTime.
Can you hear me, Rob?
Yes, we got you, Rob. There's Rob Black.
Hi, mate.
Yeah, every time you do that, it's really, really loud. So we gotta mute yourself when you do that. Okay. We're trying to get it all going here, man.
Yep. I see
This is my buddy Ralph.
around there.
Rob is in
Hey,
North
Ralph,
Queensland,
hello, mate.
Australia.
And it's 1:45 in the morning.
It's about time you got up.
Oh, I've been up waiting, mate. Yeah, come on.
Okay. Let's use this. Okay. All right. There we go. Start. Let's choose a really large video. I think that'll work. Start. Yeah. There we go. I believe it's bright enough. Okay, so yeah, that's not cool. That's not doing something right. All right, so yeah. Okay. Everybody hang tight.
We're hanging.
I don't like the way that's looking. Okay, so let me grab the controller for the telescope. We're going to run the calibration routine real quick. Ralph, you want to talk to Rob Black, and I'll mute myself? Okay, you're muted. Now let me mute me.
All right, should be unmuted now.
Tell me your life story.
Can you hear
Here
me?
we are.
All right.
Certainly can, mate.
Good deal. Yes, I just moved to Atlanta a few weeks ago, and I've been a supporter of the Solar Chat, and Charlotte Bates Project, and so when I moved here, I contacted Stephen. He said, "Come on by, and we'll try the sodium quark
Well,
out
why not? Why not? You know, you hang out in the front of his driveway, looking at the
Exactly.
sun through all these solar scopes and this new the sodium one that he's testing today. Yeah, he's a great bloke, Stephen is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got quite a collection in his garage. Right?
yeah, just a bit. Yeah. I think he's got a bit less than what he had when he first started off, but yeah, it's quite a collection. Especially that mount of his. I mean, all of us drool over that mount, I think, that he's got. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know if you can understand the Australian slang. I'll try and keep it, you know, to the minimum. I know when I first spoke to Stephen, he couldn't understand the slang, and when he was here in 2014,
and his
he was
southern
constantly,
accent.
yeah. So
Ralph speaks Yankee, man.
Yeah.
So he doesn't understand me
Yankee.
either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Pittsburgh means that's New York area, isn't it? No, I don't know.
It's up there, close.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So close enough then. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but Stephen's Yankee drawl, yeah, his southern drawl, yeah, you know, takes a bit to get used to, but we can understand him. But he had trouble understanding the Australians when he was here. So nah.
All right, we're getting something in here.
We're getting something, are we?
We're getting there.
Oh yeah. It's going. It's getting there.
No, I think we need some more back focus.
You all the way.
Which scope is Stephen using on this, Ralph?
It's the 152.
The 152. Oh.
Without
Okay.
Without I'm sorry, it's a 150, and he's not using a blocking filter up front on the aperture. So
yeah.
we'll see how this work holds up.
All right.
Without a big blocking filter, but I think he's just concerned about the back focus, so he's going to give that a shot. He's using a point gray imager on the back end. I think that's the one he always uses.
Yeah.
And, with
a
FireWire connection into a Mac.
Yep. So same as what I got here. Yeah. Well, with the exception to the 150, I got a 152, but yeah. Exactly.
I use the DMK41, which is the imaging source, and you have to. I can't use a Mac with it. I use a Windows system. It works all right, but this is a nice setup he has so far.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful setup, isn't it? Yeah, beautiful setup.
Oh, it's his Skywatcher ESPRIT 150, so that's what he's hooked up to. He has on the same mount. He's got the 152 mount with his hydrogen alpha with a B1800.
Yep.
On the back end, he's got double pressure tuners on that. It looks like.
I'm looking for a 2-inch extension. Everybody be cool.
All right, we'll be cool. We'll be cool. He's busy ferreting around through all his equipment, if anybody's wondering.
Yes.
But at least it's not city astronomy, where people have to ferret around for equipment in the dark. Totally up there. Yeah. I mean, you know, us men, we do solar astronomy, not city night time. Yeah.
Okay, so my
The only
quark is on, and
Okay.
it's got a green light on it. So I guess it's heated to the proper temperature. And it hasn't started smoking yet. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to see if I can
cool. Well,
focus it.
it's all right. Yep.
Just get close.
Nice shot of your armpit there, Steve. Yep.
Thank you.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah, I see. Getting close.
Now, see, you know who the dedicated ones are who get up at, well, it's now 1:52 a.m. You stay
Yes.
online and waiting for this thing. Yeah.
So I'm trying
To
to
happen.
focus the image.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few dust bunnies on the park.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Really?
We'll call
Poor
it prominence.
housekeeping there, Steve. But you can remove those with Astro IIDC, can't you, Steve?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, well,
Once you
poor housekeeping.
Sure.
do the focusing, go all the way out. I think it is all the way out.
Yes, you are. Yeah, all the way.
Okay, now just start going in.
Are you refreshing? Right now. Yep. Now we got a little more. We got more.
Okay, so can't get a focus.
Now we're all the way.
Okay, hang on. Pull this quark out as far as it'll go.
You got that problem with it, have you, Steve?
I can't get it to focus. But
Yeah.
we'll work on it. So this is a live broadcast, and this is the kind of crap that everybody goes through when they get a new piece of equipment.
Yeah, that's it. Well, at least you haven't got cloud today, Steve. That's the main thing.
Okay, so yeah, coming out. Let's see, it's making a. Oh, let me share this with you guys. Sorry. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now.
And while we're here waiting for focus to be obtained, just want to remind everybody about the this year's fundraiser.
Please do.
Just go to www.solarastronomy.org and yeah, please donate. Donate $100 or more, And if we make the target, which is 35,000 this year, you're in a chance to win some great stuff. And I'm sure Stephen will tell us all about it later.
Yeah.
Once we gain focus.
If we gain focus.
If no, when. Never say if, never say die.
That's
I think we're
definitely
just over 15 grand this year. So come on, you know. Everybody who Stephen has helped this year, who hasn't yet donated, come on. There's a PayPal link there. If you don't have PayPal, there's Western Union, there's credit card, all that sort of bit. And you've got to be in it to win it. A very worthwhile cause. 22 countries around the world doing STEM outreach, solar outreach. We're all associated with Stephen and the Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project.
Not exactly sure what to say on this. Can't get focus.
Is this the first time you used it, Steve?
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I always want everybody to get the same experience of it.
Right. Well, just remember you're live on air, Steve. No swearing like all of us would do. I'll just go and, while you're doing that, I'll just go and see if anybody else is online that I can bring into this. Oh, that sounded good. What was that?
No, that was a focus of light onto a cable that started smoking.
That's how
Oh!
we roll over here, man.
Oh!
Imagine how hot the quark is.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all the way in. I see Newton's rings.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see any features.
Just got hold of Gary Palmer. He's going to jump on in a second. He might have some clues for you. I don't know whether he does or not.
Yeah, I don't need any stunt drivers right now. Okay, so who's the edge of this?
And James is watching too on YouTube.
Okay.
He just sent me a message.
Welcome to live astronomy.
Yeah. I think James knows all about that, doesn't he? Yeah. So I'll be back doing an Arnie, yeah.
Too much extension would be good. Could use diagonal, except that if you melt the mirror.
Yeah, there's some features on here we just can't quite get.
I'm just thinking, would it work? Has Stephen got an 80 mil there? Like, or is he just got the 150? Might work better on an 80.
Yeah, you know, he only has the 150 mounted and the hydrogen alpha. You know, this indicator, there's a LED indicator on the Quark that is not as green as it was. It's showing some red now. I don't know if that's trouble or.
Oh, well, if anything goes red, usually,
I think it may be over temp. You know, it has a Peltier heater in there that maintains the Edelon at like around 100 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It might be over that limit.
Well, if it starts smoking, Ralph, run.
Now,
Just, yeah.
feels a little warm to
So-
the touch.
What the unit does.
Yeah, the Quark
What?
itself, when I put my hand on it, is so let's see.
Oh,
This is the
I
Quark.
I just got a message here from Bojan. Hey, mate. He says, according to Daystar, we need a UV IR cut filter in front of the diagonal for safe operation.
Aha. Let me.
Do you have one of them in front of it?
I do not know, but I will rummage around in this box a little bit. I see his filters. Supposed to put a UV IR cut filter up front. You have one of these in there?
I'm thinking the same thing, Bojan. I think the 150 might be a bit too large for it. Okay, I'm gonna send Bojan the link. So he'll be on
LED
soon.
has changed color too, so it's not pure green anymore.
So,
Probably going, help me, help me.
Matt, are we still on the sun?
Okay, the chili eater has just joined the link.
Can
Canadian
you guys hear
director.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
All right, let me just get online then.
All the pictures.
I don't think the others can hear you, though.
I can.
They're still chatting amongst themselves.
Yeah, so according to the Daystar website, there needs to be a UV IR filter in front of the diagonal. That's if you have a diagonal in there.
He just put a diagonal on. Oh, get back on.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary.
Hey,
Yeah,
how's it going?
Gary said,
I'm not happy at all with a diagonal direct sunlight.
Bojan is there too. Excuse me. So between all of us, we'll sort it out. Hopefully, maybe.
Oh,
Well, at least you got some sunshine. That's the main thing.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been gap hunting as usual.
Oh, same here. Same here, mate. Although tomorrow's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
that's the way
crystal
it
clear
goes.
at the moment.
Yeah.
It's
It's
crystal clear at the moment. So tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday looking pretty good.
I've got to say that that sodium punches through the cloud pretty well.
Does it? Oh,
Yeah. It was managing to image straight through the edge of some cloud today.
There's one.
Well, that's all right.
Yep. Well, certainly works well in the UK.
Yeah, it's not misleading. All right, we
Glad
got some
something
spots
does.
to help with focus. There we go. Yeah.
There we go. We're live.
Here we are. So how's your mouth and all that after the chili, mate?
It actually took a couple hours to recover. I still feel some sort of tenderness in my mouth, but you know, food actually tastes wonderful now. It's your mouth is super sensitive, so everything tastes great. So it's an interesting way of doing things.
Oh, Jesus. All right. When you put the whole thing in your mouth, I'm there going, oh my God. Here we go.
Yeah, it was a tough time, but I actually ate another one today with breakfast and stuff in just smaller quantities. So as long as you have it with food, it's actually okay.
And heaps of milk. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Bloody hell. Oh, now you'll be ready for the Vegemite challenge, mate.
I'll be honest. I was in the UK last year and I tried some, and it wasn't my cup of tea.
Nah, the UK have a stupid thing called Marmite, you know. That's the bastard.
All right, so
Nah, that's the bastard brother of Vegemite. That's
don't show me smoking. No one can know that I smoke.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Just talking.
What you have to remember, Rob, is we started it all. You lot copied everything.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary Palmer, what are you doing, man?
We just made it better though, mate. You know, like our cricketers, much better. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So how are we going there, Steve?
Well, it looks
we
like
nearly there, or what?
it's in focus.
Yeah.
But, there's lots of hairs on this thing.
Getting a good picture of your concrete driveway at the moment.
Uh-oh. You're not getting the image?
There we go. Yeah.
So there is a small sunspot, and it is giving us an image of the photosphere.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit blurry from the turbulence in the sky. Let me unmute myself, and let's mute you. Where are you? Right here?
Yep.
All right. So anyway, is Gary Palmer on the line?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep.
God almighty, you are ugly. Can you turn off your camera? I'm kidding.
I'm struggling with that sun reflection on your forehead.
Well, so we got a photospheric image, and we couldn't focus at first, and then I stuck it into a diagonal, and now we can reach focus. But I really don't like having the diagonal in there. I guess that's what you're supposed to do, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've generally found for outreach, diagonal works best with everything. Yeah.
No, I mean, we couldn't reach focus without the diagonal because it was too close to the scope.
No, you need a 80mm extension tube.
Yeah, having the sun going through my diagonal makes me very nervous about it melting.
Do you have a UV?
Oh, no, you won't. I've never melted a diagonal yet, not unless it's a cheap Chinese one.
Okay. Well, it's not melting, and it's not even getting hot, but it's still making me nervous. I see Boyan is on from Canada, still drinking milk from yesterday. How was your morning constitutional, Boyan? Not good, I'm guessing.
It was challenging, I have to say that, but it's all worth it.
Someone that put
What's
some
the
color
temperature
on
like
there.
out there, Steve?
It's 88 degrees Fahrenheit, and
That's
our
Yeah.
our quark does not have a green light. It has a yellow light, and I turned it all the way down temperature wise. Turned it all the way
Just
to
stick
the
it in the
left.
middle. That might
the middle.
be. Yeah,
Okay.
you want it directly in the middle, and it will take anything up to 10 minutes to heat up.
Okay. We had a green light at first, and then we didn't have a green light.
Yeah, if you
definitely
move
getting-
it, if you wing shift it, then you will find that it'll take about another 5 to 6 minutes to reheat to that band.
So it's heating and not heating itself to the right temperature, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Too hot, it would stop heating. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the UVR cut stops any damage to the diagonal. Yeah, as long as it's on the front of the diagonal, you don't get a problem.
Well, there is no UV IR cut on the front of the diagonal because I don't have a UV IR cut.
Cool.
Oh.
It's
but
not,
I'm using the.
According
not
to
focused on
Daystar,
the diagonal.
we need a UV IR cut filter in front of the diagonal for safety.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how it will perform without that, but that's what they say.
You might find that you get more noise on it. Yeah, because the UVR cut's also going to take out the IR noise on the camera.
Okay, let me see if I have one in my bag of tricks, but I'd be nervous putting that in front of the diagonal because generally anything I put in front of the diagonal explodes.
They're designed to do that. I've never cracked one of them. Every other filter I've cracked.
Okay.
And without product placement, the Daystar is the best one.
Okay. No, please feel free to place. Daystar is. We're all buddies now. We're all friends.
Yeah. No. The reason for that is I've found a bit of leakage on the Barder one. And also, if you decide to use the calcium quark, it cuts off above calcium.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That would be a Beta solar continuum. Would be a UV IR cut. Am I right?
No, it's a continuum filter. So you could try it, but I would think it would darken it too much. It might add contrast to it.
Okay. Oh, here's a V block filter from Orion. I think that's what that is. I know that blocks UV. I don't know if it blocks IR.
Yeah, okay. See, what I'm doing with the HS is using 6 nanometer filters, and if you do that, they're not coated.
Okay.
As a certain person keeps suggesting on Solar Chat that they're good to use, they're not.
Here's a Astronomics CLS CCD filter for sky pollution.
Yeah.
That'll do it? Okay.
Should do.
Doesn't that block yellow?
As long as it's got UVR cut, it will do it.
Okay. Well, this one doesn't say UV IR cut.
If it's not got UVR cut on it, then it'll snap. So it's got to be UVR cut on it.
Okay. What is it?
Most of the filters over here have UVR built in.
Okay. I have a lunar filter.
Yeah. That'll last about 0.1 of a second.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking this V block from Orion is probably the way to go because it's a UV blocker.
Yeah, that should be all right. What size is it? 2 inch or 1.25 inches?
Yeah. See, I've only got 3 2-inch filters, and those are the ones I have.
Yeah.
So,
the reason why I'm saying that is some people are using 1.25 inch UVR cut, and if you place that on the front of the quark, then there's a good chance that you'll set fire to the paint around the filter.
Well, I think if it was going to be set fire to, it would already have been. So.
Yeah, but you won't do that on the 2-inch one. It's too wide a field of view.
All right. Okay, now we have completely overexposed. Let's see what we can do with that. Ralph is awesome. He's putting up with all this shit, all this stuff. This is the first time Ralph and I have met, so he doesn't know what to think yet. All these guys know me. Oh yeah, that's a lot better.
It doesn't
That's a
mean
lot
to say we
better.
like you, but we know you.
No, they know me. Okay. Oh, the bird just went through.
Yeah, we
Birdie.
saw that.
Okay.
Geez, there are a lot of dust bunnies on that Quark, aren't they?
Yeah, I really need to do something about that, don't
Yeah.
I can clean it off real quick. So, Gary, what did you see in yours? Just a nice photospheric view? Is that what we should expect?
Yeah, it was very, very good on the camera. I've not had a chance to wing shift it in the UK because of weather and because of the IES event we were at. So I did find it a little bit bright.
Visually?
Yeah, visually, there was lots of detail in the sunspot, lots of detail. Very, very nice. But I did find the photosphere a little bit bright. So it might be a case of wing shifting it to adjust that for visual. But I can't really comment until I play with it a bit more. We've not had the weather since.
Yeah. Well, this is our first time plugging it in at all. So we
But
are
everybody,
experiencing what
we
you're
had
experiencing.
100 long queue at the IES event to see through it all afternoon. And
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
everybody was happy with it. There was a couple of people saying it was a little bit bright, but other people were saying they could see a lot of detail.
Well, the good news is the UVR block filter has not cracked yet.
No, it won't.
Okay. Yeah, that's what they always say.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
see.
I've got 2 or 3 of them, and I've not cracked one yet. So
All right,
I only
good.
crack them on purpose as demos instead of pig size.
Yeah. Well, when I was a wee young lass in solar observing, I of course cracked several filters, thinking that my little eyepiece filter was going to give me a good image of the sun. And
Oh, what?
of course,
An
that was a long
eyepiece filter?
that was back when I was a young lass. His lass is your lassie. Lass.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was that in those days of sissy imaging before solar.
Sissy, yes, back when I was a sissy. All right, I'm gonna take this apart and clean off the Quark real quick. So sorry about the visual display you're not getting.
That's
No,
right.
that's all right. We'll just sing Bojan's favourite song, Ring of Fire. Yeah. After
Hey,
eating all
Bojan
those
raised
bloody food.
Boyan raised over $1,500 for the charity by eating
Yeah.
that pepper. So
Yep,
his
no, that was well done.
Thank you,
I mean,
guys.
it was
missed
hot
out
coming
on
in. And,
I've missed out on a lot of stuff. We've been so busy with the IES event. I've missed out on everything over the
well,
last.
tell
week.
him what you did, Boyan. Tell Gary what you did.
yeah.
Well, I wanted people to donate to our cause, so it was either tell them what we were doing, and obviously some people are interested in that, but some people perhaps don't care for that so much. So I put in a sort of extra incentive. So I ate the world's hottest pepper,
Cool.
without any food. So that's the Carolina Reaper. So the tagline was sort of the heat of the sun in my mouth. And I did that just last night, so it was quite hot, but it was worth it. We raised almost, actually it's $1,600 now, and I mean,
Wow.
what more could we ask for, right?
Cool. Yeah, that's it. That's what it's all about.
And it was
It's
the
all
heat
about
of the
fun.
sun in his mouth when he ate it, and coming out, it was 10 times worse.
Yeah. Still drinking water, guys.
Rob, this is a family show, Rob.
I didn't say anything apart from that. Yeah. I'm just thinking, hey, what goes in's gotta come out. Yep.
Oh well, the good news is it looks like we got Celestron UK on board to support the outreach now.
Oh, good.
Oh, cool.
Fantastic.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Our light is back green now, Gary. Does that indicate it's at the proper temperature for
Yes,
the D1
that's
line?
correct. Yep.
Okay.
Now, what I've found is it's not about ambient temperature around you. It's just about temperature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So different
The temperature of
filters.
the mica.
Yeah, I mean, like a calcium heats up really quick. It heats up within like probably 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, probably
whereas-
heat up quick here, mate. Yeah.
I haven't used any other Quark yet. This is my first Quark experience. I'm being quarked. I'm a virgin.
But the sodium seems to work very similar to the quantum. It takes about 7 minutes or whatever when you change wing shift.
But it's possible that the setting that we're at currently isn't the correct Doppler setting for today, right? So it could be any other setting.
I mean, that's why I say start at central. I generally find with the other quarks that they actually work really best central on band.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back in.
If you start playing around with them, you've got to have a lot of free time and not an outreach event.
Yeah. No,
So how do you adjust it?
Pass it on.
Like, how do you adjust it for
Pretty close.
what you for the
I'm a little
particular
concerned about these
day or the
dark.
particular thing? Is there any way of it, like how
Well,
we
really,
can
camera
just by putting it on the central band. See, the other thing you've got to remember is that they do take into account running equipment about 0.3 Armstrong off to take in focus a sec. So we will need to adjust it because we use decent telescopes, but the general public might well find that it works best on central band. Yeah, right in the center.
All right. Now I'm looking to find
and
the
that's
spot again.
adjusted by how? How do you adjust
It's just
that?
got a little turn knob on the side of it by the power cord.
Yeah, so
right.
To answer your question, Rob, I think there's 10 total settings, +5 or -5 from the center, and each one of those corresponds to a temperature, and each one of those temperatures of the Eidolon will actually give you a different tune, I think. I've never played with it.
Yeah,
that's my understanding.
In effect, yes, with the other quarks, but because this is new, I have no idea and can't correctly answer that because we've not had enough time to play with it. It landed Wednesday.
Okay.
Late afternoon. I got 3 shots from it, and then we had it on outreach on Sunday, so I've had no time to play with it yet.
So
These dark
basically,
patches are that concerns
you
me a
would
lot. That looks
follow
like a
the same
burning
as
filter.
hydrogen alpha and calcium,
Yes.
or would it be slightly different?
I'm hoping that it will contrast it a bit more for visual. But if not, you might have to use something like a neutral density filter on the eyepiece to bring out a bit more detail in the photosphere. It's very, very bright. Very bright compared to the H alpha quarks.
So, Boyan, what have you got? Have you got any quark or?
No, I was recently thinking about purchasing one, and then it was either between a Quark H alpha or basically a PST mod, and I went that route. So I have a 100 mil PST mod, but I'm not really liking the whole sweet spot and having to move around and not getting the full disc in tune. So I think I'm going to be dumping that. And I think I'll be going with the Quark because that just seems straightforward.
The PST mod will offer you a lot more contrast.
Okay.
Yep. So you will have to get used to the fact that the Quark, in the way that it works, does offer less contrast in general. Yeah. PST mod. Have you got using a Coronado blocking filter?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you'll find that Coronado is very, very contrasty anyway. It gives you quite a nice view. So it just takes you a little bit of time to get used to it. So visually, the Quark's very dark, but you find with the camera, it takes a little bit of playing around with the settings to get the contrast in.
Okay.
Yeah, but in general, they work pretty well. You know, I haven't had any problems with them. No problems whatsoever. So, and what you do find is their tilt adapters really work quite well with the new range of cameras. So like with the, with the 174 camera, they work quite well with that.
And I have a small Solarmax 40 that I picked up when I first met Steven a couple of years ago at sort of a trade show here in Canada, and that's sort of my go-to. That gives beautiful full disc views all the time. So
cool.
All right, well, we're getting something here.
I was just going to say that's not a bad image, actually. Now, Gary, you were saying that the sodium's a lot more stable than visible light.
Yes, because you're filtering out all of the other wavelengths effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like different countries are going to have, you know, they've got their different conditions. But the way I looked at it here before we actually got it in our hand was that with the jet stream and other things milling around, white light and calcium are really hard to image here. So the calcium unit, I only get out about 10 times a year. It's got to be a really good day to start going high resolution. With the sodium band, one, it works. It's right. It's pretty good set for our eye, and two, it's pretty good set for UK conditions. So,
I don't smell anything burning over here, so I guess it's all right. Sorry.
The only thing to make people aware of, Stephen, is that if you use one of these Chinese scopes that's milling around at the moment, you know they put the baffles down there for nighttime imaging.
And they'll catch the edge of the image.
They're plastic.
There you go. So they could possibly catch an edge of the image.
They catch a reflection off of the 2-inch filter.
Oh yeah, okay. And then they'll burn it. Possibly.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I think we've got it under control and working properly here. I'm not sure what these dark lines are here, and I think that, you know, how some of the images got a dark thing.
I can see it's quite pixelated here. I can see some very slight band in there. But
same here.
Have you got the camera poked straight in the top of the unit?
Yes.
You might find to pull the camera out and tilt it very slightly, as if you had a tilt adapter.
Okay, I will try that.
What camera is it?
Grasshopper 6 megapixel.
Yeah, you might find.
You know what?
Over here, we've been getting a lot of people complaining about the grasshoppers, trying to get them set up on equipment at the moment.
If I turn the gamma way down, you can see the dark fingers that I'm talking about, because that looks to me like one of the filters is burnt, but I don't think so.
No,
I'm not sure what that is.
It might be that it's going to work.
Oh, it is.
That
you know,
size. That
Ralph
size
just pointed out. Ralph just pointed out that the dark cloud-looking things are moving with the image, which means that they would be not inside the telescope, because if they were in the telescope, the image would be moving independently of them. All right.
Yep. Right. What I would probably say is the size of the chip on the camera. I don't know what
I'm going to say that we've discovered a new solar phenomena, and I'm going to call it the Ramsden clouds. That's my final judgment on that. All right, so I'm going to record some movies real quick and then move it around a little bit. You know, our sky is jumping around a lot too, so you know this is what I like to call. And I'm sorry if I interrupted. I was not listening to what was going on there, but
that's all right. I bore everyone.
This is what we call a real experience with solar observing, because everybody thinks that, you know, Gary just walks out and hits a button and 5 minutes later there's this 95 pane mosaic of the sun. But really, just like nighttime astronomy, most of this is headaches and frustrations until you get it right. And that's why it's such a payoff when you do get it right, and that's why it's so rewarding, because if it were super easy, then everybody would be doing it. But as a hobby, it's very rewarding when everything comes together and you get an image. And I would have to say, even with this setup now, which has probably not got the right filter on front of the diagonal, I'm still getting an incredibly good photospheric image. And when the sky, I know you guys are getting a pixelated version of it, but I'm not. And when the sky settles every 10 or 12 frames, it's exceptionally good clarity with granulation and well done penumbra. So I'd have to say I'm pretty happy with it, and it is slightly higher. I wouldn't say it's a great deal better, or, you know, a million times better than a high-end Herschel wedge, but it is certainly better. It is certainly more clear with the granulation.
I think what you might have to play with, and what I did the other day, is using a smaller chip camera, something like a 1280 by 920 camera,
Well, I happen to have one of those right here,
Excellent.
and I'm also going to use it. Did you try a color camera or a
No,
monochrome?
well, I did today, but the sky was so rubbish that I gave up immediately and moved over to a mono. But
Okay.
what you got to remember with the when you've not got the tilt adapters on the mono cameras, a lot of these new chip cameras are still picking up some form of interference.
Mm. We're definitely getting interference.
And that's what I'm finding in the UK, nearly any manufacturer's camera. So equivalent of an IMX,
Pretty good.
equivalent of an IMX 174 camera.
Yeah, I think what this camera I'm using uses is IMX 274.
Yeah. And what I'm finding is that on the quartz, the chip needs to be right next to the filter, as low down as possible. You get what I mean? So it introduces another artifact. So I think in those fingers might be an artifact by the chip on the camera reflecting.
I see. Yeah, I would agree, because I've seen that in H alpha during particularly long Barlow operations where the chip is a long way away from the blocking filter. So I have a array of cameras to choose from. They're all point gray, but
no, it doesn't matter. I mean, I've used all types. I mean, at the moment, I'm using some of the Altair ones just because of speed. Yeah,
just
and
for,
plus,
just for
I'm
fun.
I'm more modern and use a Windows-based PC.
Oh my God.
Windows.
Okay.
Windows.
Spelled with a Z. Windows. So I'm gonna get out the. I'm gonna get out this Grasshopper color camera that's got a 0.3 megapixel chip.
Cool.
And try that, and we'll see what that looks like. But it's a color camera, so it's gonna give us whatever sodium looks like in color, which I'm assuming is yellow.
Give you slightly less detail, probably.
But just while we're talking about imaging, I'd just like to say, you know, how everybody was saying, oh, it's complex, all that sort of bit. There is a place in the planet where you can get away with single images.
Yes, there is. Without stacking.
Hey?
It's called the North Pole.
No.
Rob's hometown, the images in Home Hill where Rob lives, one frame looked better than the stacked frames consistently.
Yeah.
But that's probably my stacking abilities also.
Well, the scene's got that bad in the UK that one frame's looking better than 50.
Really? Oh, geez. That's if you're lucky enough to get one frame, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to change over to the color camera now, and it's going to...
and we got a red screen.
I can see the banding when I look down inside the Quark. I can see exactly where that banding is. So I've got the eyepiece off of the Quark, and I'm looking inside it, and there's concentric, very thick black rings inside it that are off-center.
Ah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I've read some things on cloudy nights and stuff that sometimes the manufacturing on the Quarks just, they have uneven etalons, and that sort of reflects the picture in just the way that we saw. So that could be an uneven etalon, or it could be something completely else.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different elements in this chain, and I can't say it's any one in particular, but I definitely am getting thick black bands.
Right.
Without the eyepiece.
Ah.
All right, so let me get in here and get in here and get this going. It should still be focused, but we'll see. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Get rid of that. Stop video. Hello. How are you?
Hello.
Is it plugged in? Okay. There we go. Thanks for checking in, by the way, you guys.
No worries.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. What's the time here? 2:36 a.m.
You can sleep all you want when you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, if you hear me go, then you know I have. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a beautiful color. It's more of a greenish. I guess that's from the UV filter,
You still
probably.
have your orange, your false color.
Oh, I do. Yeah, that's probably why. I go, that's a beautiful color, man, but it's coming from Astro IDC. No, I don't. When I change cameras, it turns it off. So that's the actual color. Okay, let me color balance it. All right, you want to focus if you can? Yeah. All right. Let me share the screen with you guys. This is a point gray 0.3 megapixel color camera. And let me present to everyone. All right, and change my position a little bit so we can see the spot better. Oh man, that is a beautiful image. Oh my God.
That's a lot better than off that other camera.
Yeah, that's looking very good.
Yeah.
All right, so except for that big dust bunny. Yeah, let me get that dust bunny off there.
Yeah, but that's an iPod with a dust bunny.
Yes, yes. And you know how I love to get an iPod. I'm always trying to get iPods every day. I think that may have had something to do with our fundraiser this year because I was critical of the iPod, and now all the professional image salesmen are upset about that. But whatever, you know, I've always been one to withhold my feelings. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, I'm always politically correct.
Yeah, I noticed that about you, Gary.
Yeah.
He's doing the focusing, and he's doing an excellent job. I told him
That's looking pretty good from this side, mate. There's a lot less
That
banding.
is.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no banding.
Yeah.
But I guess because we've got a smaller image size too, we're not seeing enough to see the banding.
Yeah, we could be between two bands.
All right, have a seat, and let's put that over the computers. We've got
your Telltale will be putting a mono camera on it around that chip size at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got one right here.
Look at that.
And this is also an exceptionally small sunspot. I mean, this is not a big sunspot.
It's pretty good, even though it's pixelated here for color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too pixelated here. It's not too bad. Not like the other ones were.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit of noise more than anything than pixelation.
That's just the bad internet. It's heat affecting the internet out
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, it is about
Shut up,
88 degrees Fahrenheit here, so it's pretty warm.
I was on Rob's side. Yeah.
Oh.
Hang on, I'll tell you what the temperature is. Hang on here. Okay, it's 240, and the temperature is 25 degrees.
What's that in Fahrenheit? About 60?
I don't know. 24 degrees. What's that in? I don't know.
High 70s, I think, 80s maybe.
They're forecasting the first snow showers tomorrow in Scotland here.
Oh boy.
All right, so we're looking at 2602.
Yeah, I would have to say that this is an incredibly good image.
That is really good
color.
Yeah. Considering it's online, that is really good.
Okay, so we're gonna go look at the other sunspot here in a moment, but I'm gonna take some videos real quick.
Yeah, when the scene stabilizes, it really pops into view.
Indeed. And this is also a very inexpensive camera with a very small chip. So that's good for consumers because not everybody has 6 megapixel grasshoppers laying around.
Yeah.
What camera are you using again, Steve? Sorry?
This is a point gray grasshopper, but it's a 0.3 megapixel version. So it's the 399 version. And you know, I use all grasshoppers because I use a Mac, and the Firewire grasshoppers is all that I can get to work on my software, which is called Astro IIDC.
Yeah.
So let me take a couple of videos of this. There we go.
You need to try one of these new IMX 174 chips.
I'd love to. Can you send me one? Hey man, we're less than half where we were last year in the fundraiser, and I'll be lucky to be able to do outreach events this year, much less buy any more cameras. But
Let me. I will see what I can arrange.
no, I really can only use a FireWire camera though. I don't have any computers for. I don't have a PC. I don't have any software computers that will run
We'll
it.
put
So.
boot camp on it.
Bullshit. No, we won't. There's a reason I don't use PCs.
This is a family show, Stephen.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this image though.
Yeah, no, it's looking all right, mate.
Ralph, are you happy with this image? It's going in and out with the scene conditions, but
Yeah, once you stack.
Something I was working on for those people who are on a PC.
Concrete, aren't you?
yes, we are standing over concrete and asphalt in downtown Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's going to add to it. Yeah.
I am not in a villa retreat in Wales like Gary.
Something we were working on at the show. I had Robin from Sharpcap there, who's doing some quite nifty bits in the software at the moment. Although it's Windows based for the general user, there'd be flat frame subtraction live in the software on that.
Yeah, that's what Astro IDC has already, and it's got live color preview. So instead of shades of gray,
So,
yeah, that's what we need. See, what was that guy's name? What was his name?
Robin.
Okay, because there's a guy over there also named, I forget his name, but he has a company called Online Astronomy, maybe. And he was,
no, not that knobhead.
well, I don't know who it is, but he wrote some software for these cameras that had all that stuff in it. But you know, nobody on Earth puts out a Mac solar imaging software package, which I find amazing. I find that amazing. Okay, so we're gonna go.
It's Robin Glover.
Yeah. Was he in Spinal Tap?
No, he reminds me of Sheldon.
Okay, because the only Brits I know are those that were in the movie Spinal Tap. So you'll have to.
He's a nice lad. He knows his stuff. He's brought out some really good auto focusing software and polar aligning software for Sissy Astronomy in it as well.
Yeah. Does he? What size dress does he wear?
But I've converted him to help us with the solar. See?
Oh, good. Oh, you know, those are clouds now. There actually are clouds going by the image. I was thinking, there's those damn clouds again, but they actually were clouds in the sky.
So have you actually looked through this thing yet?
Not yet. Well, you can look through it.
Clouds are there. Yeah. You want to look.
There we go.
Well, this is what I was saying earlier. This punches right through the edges of the cloud.
Look at that. Hey, I hear a little baby Palmer. Look at that image, man. That is fantastic. There's something else right there.
That is a UK image.
Wow.
I said good.
Good, not crap, Garrett.
It's not raining here, so it can't be a UK image.
No.
I had a great time in the UK with Gary.
Gary
was a great guy.
Is it relevant on your screen? Can you see some Newtonian ringing running across, or is it just on the relay back to me?
I can see it. I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it too.
I've got it. Yeah.
And this is a F6 scope, so that's F18 that we're operating at, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you what scope you got? F6.
Yes. A 6-inch.
Yeah. Well, you got 4.3. You got a 4.3 telecentric in the front.
Oh,
of that.
I see. So it's more of an F25 image then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the auto
what
brightness.
You want to get one of the Quark tilt adapters.
Okay. Yeah, this is not doing what I want it to do. Hold on. Guide.
Guys, Mike Overacker wants to join.
Yeah, let him in. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
He's not there yet.
Okay.
He's on his way. I just sent him the link.
Williams just sent it. Yep.
Yeah, this is a really good image too. I'm gonna sit back here and drink my Diet Coke.
It will be a good image. I've told
Well,
you how to get.
Yeah, man.
Well, you gone off the Staminade, have you, Steve?
That's going to be an.
Yeah, I did. I had to go back to Diet Coke after my recent medical diagnosis.
Yeah. Mm.
Apparently, I have elephantitis of just certain organs on my body, and the only way to well, never mind. This is a family show.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No,
My
we
ear,
get you.
of course.
Get what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I got diagnosed with diabetes last year because obviously I was so fat that I was going to die. So I've been able to change the diet completely and lose about 60 kilograms now, and now I'm off the medication. And Diet Coke is the recommended drink of the American Diabetes Association.
Congrats. That's a huge accomplishment.
Well, the good news is I lost a bunch of weight and I'm off the medication. The bad news is I'm still fat, right, Gary? Everybody expects to see some skinny guy jump out of the door and they see this guy that's still pretty big. But if you can't laugh at yourself, you know.
Look, I always say it doesn't matter as long as you're happy.
Oh, I'm very happy. Thank you.
Yeah. And of course, the American Diabetes Association is sponsored by Diet Coke. So, yeah.
They've got their hands full since about 60% of our population now has type 2 diabetes from all the crap we eat.
Wow.
Oh, funny that.
Mm.
All those blooming New York corned beef sandwiches.
And that's all the fried junk, much just like you guys eat in Australia.
We don't eat much fried junk here.
Crumbed.
Yeah, crumbs. But we don't. There's not a lot of fried stuff. And anyway, who the hell pigged out on blooming
Tim Tams,
crumb prawns, and Tim Tams, and all that while you were here?
Those were bad moves on my part. If I recall, the first night there, I had to go buy some rocks to eat from my hotel person. He gave me 3 little rocks to put in my stomach to grind up the crap he just served me.
Yeah.
Like a bird.
And then,
like the gut.
Then you had to go to Subway, wasn't it? A couple of days later.
Yeah.
Just to get something normal in your stomach.
Yeah, some American filth.
And you chatted up the girls at Subway as well. So hey, you know.
They come to me, man. I can't help it. I'm like Donald Trump, you know.
Nah, you're not like. Nah. No, it's a family show, so we won't continue with that.
Thanks for letting me online here.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Doing okay. How you guys doing?
Thank you for your support this year, Mike.
Hey, no problem. I'm waiting on my sodium quark. It's driving me nuts.
Well, go get yourself a 2-inch UV IR cut filter.
Yeah, I sent them an email and they didn't respond. I have a one of their UV IRs, and I was actually going to use it on the Quark calcium H line, but I wasn't sure if you know.
I'm pretty sure that'll cut out the calcium H line, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, did you say it's one of their ones, Mike?
Yeah, it's one of theirs. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it works right the way through the wavelength. Yeah, so it do calcium, H line, sodium.
Okay, yeah, because a lot of the UVIRs drop off at pretty heavily at about 410.
Yeah, that's what I was explaining. The Barda one does. A couple of the others do, but I've also found a leakage on the Barda one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I invited Jen to sign in with us, but I don't think she has Google Plus, so she wasn't able to do that. But she's probably watching and listening.
Oh, hey Jen, if you're watching.
Yeah, this is Ralph focusing the scope and vibrating it, and now those are clouds going by.
I like this. I like this sodium. That looks pretty good.
Tell you what, I'm gonna do like Gary suggested while this cloud's passing, and pull out the camera and put in an eyepiece. And in the meantime, I will change over to our iMac camera. That's my dog Charlie, by the way. He says, "Screw all you guys." And
What's the time
Okay,
there, Steve?
it is 12:52 p.m.
Oh, really? Yeah. Late in the afternoon then.
Yeah. So this is our what are we screen sharing here? Okay, that's us down there. All right. So let me get out an eyepiece and take a look real quick.
What's the time there, Gary?
It's 10 to 6 p.m.
Yeah, 5 hours later. Where's that eyepiece we had? Oh, it's right here.
Yes, look at this. Here I am sitting at 2:52 a.m., nearly 3 o'clock.
Good Lord.
Are you not imaging nighttime while you're talking to us?
Mm.
No, I'm
He is.
sitting
He just
here in
doesn't want
my
to say
office.
he is.
No, I'm not. No. I made a hole in my fishnet stockings and I broke the heel off my high heel stilettos. And yeah, so yeah, it's really hard. And of course, my frilly dress is in the
So
box.
through the
So,
eye-
you know, you just can't go out without it. You know.
So
And
through
you're
the
spying
eyepiece,
there, you're thinking, what the hell's going on? Yeah.
I would say that through the eyepiece, Gary is exactly right. It is very bright.
Yeah.
It's not painfully bright, but it's bright enough to get rid of the granulation,
Yeah.
which I think is.
I don't know whether you got it there. Have you got the end of a 2 times Barlow?
Yes.
If you screw that onto the end of the eyepiece, do you want to see whether it brings up any granulation?
Okay.
It's worth a try. I'm just, I haven't had time to try it in the UK because of everything else.
I do have that. I will do so.
So your theory on that one, Gary, is
It'll
My
reduce the light.
theory is if you get in closer to the sun so that the limb is straight, then you would see granulation.
Well, it also, the Barlow will reduce the amount of light coming through.
Yeah. There was a couple of theories there, but my theory was with another Barlow on it. It works with the camera on, but it's whether it makes a white spot in the eyepiece.
You have a neutral depth filter we can try?
I do.
yeah.
I was more on about
getting
getting
thinking, Boyan. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was
Neutral
more
density
thinking.
filter.
I tried that yesterday. I was more thinking of getting in closer to the sunspot.
Well, I'm using a zoom lens, and I've zoomed all the way in and all the way out, and the Barlow made no difference. It's just harder to focus. Did you want to look? I think that a focal length is just so long that you're only getting a tiny slash of the sun anyway. Jen,
See,
I
the
got
other
a box.
thing,
Go ahead.
the other thing to try it on would be a higher focal length scope, something like an F8.
Yeah. I would say I'm on 22 millimeters with this Beta Hyperion zoom lens, and the edge is very crisp, and the penumbra and the umbra is very crisp, but there's nothing around it. It's just solid yellow.
Yeah.
Would you agree,
what
Ralph?
I'm wondering is by upping the focal length, then that would bring in the granulation.
Yeah, that could be because I'm on a very wide angle telescope here. This is
a polarizing filter on the eyepiece.
I have one of those too.
I got a quick question. Does anybody here have any experience with folded refractors?
A little bit.
No.
Yeah, I'm getting a hold of an old 5-inch f15 refractor, and it was evidently used in White Sands missile range back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about making a folded refractor. Do I really need to go with like 1/20th wave mirrors to, or will it degrade the image that much not to go to 1/20th?
It on the solar, I've found that it doesn't matter what you use.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? I've found that the object's so bright, it really doesn't matter at all. Nighttime's different.
Okay, so nighttime's where it'll probably break down a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's good information because it costs quite a bit of money to put a couple of reflectors in there at 1/20th. They're like $500 each.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
no, it's I just found with the solar, really, at the end of the day. I mean, it's like you get loads of or dealers, you know, with refractors going, oh, you need a triplet, you know, they lean towards the red for HA. It's a load of rubbish.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, my guider just made the sad sound that it can't see the sun anymore because we're behind a cloud that's going to last a few minutes. So
I just saw the difference in the video.
yeah.
You can see the
All right. So yeah. Let's see here.
Oh, you need to do a bit of gardening there, Steve.
Yeah, man. That's my neighbor's house. We all live about 6 feet from each other. So
I was going to say something, but it's a family show. Yeah,
it's a family show.
something about that tree needing a bit of a trim. Yeah.
Just do what I did. I moved in and got the chainsaw out, and they all came down.
Oh, well, that's a perfect example. Yeah.
I looked at it that I'm in
Chainsaws.
Wales. There's enough trees around Wales, not in my garden.
That's it. Chainsaws an astronomer's best friend. Tree in the
Yep.
way, cut it down, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Am I in there somewhere? There I am. Okay, so just to recap, we've got Mike Overrecker on, we've got Boyan Skabonovich on, Gary Palmer, Rob Black, me, and Ralph Rita, and we have been using the Daystar Sodium Quark for the first light here in Georgia. And when we put it on, we couldn't get it to focus. So it's one of those things where you have to use a diagonal, which made me a little nervous. But I did anyway, and it seems to be working fine. Apparently, you need a UV IR cut filter on the end of your diagonal, which I don't think I have, but I've got something close on there now. And the telescope is not smoking, and nothing seems to be melting, so it seems to be working all right. And we put the camera in there, got it all focused up, and took a look at it. And I'd have to say it was a really, really nice image of the photosphere with a very small sunspot, and then another one with a very large sunspot. And the penumbra was clear. The umbra was very clear. With the camera, the granulation was exceptionally clear. The smaller chip camera did better than the larger chipped camera. And I would say that it's a success with the camera and a nice piece. You can't get a full disc image through my setup that I'm using now, which is a Skywatcher 150 millimeter APO Super ESPRIT scope, and the focal length is just too. The scope is just too long to get a full disc. Jen did send me a 80 millimeter Daystar refractor to use with this, which I haven't unpacked yet, and supposedly that'll give you a full disc image. And she also sent focal reducers, which I haven't used yet either. With the eyepiece, the image was very nice, a very nice yellow color, which you would expect at 589 nanometers, and very, very nice, but no granulation visible. And the sunspot was pretty well visible. I would say it was not quite as good as the white light image I would get through a Beta wedge, but with the camera, I would say it was a little bit to maybe moderately better than the white light image I would get with a solar wedge. And Gary Palmer has had more experience with this than I have, so we're going to let him take over now and give his impressions of it.
Yeah,
Just
before
you do, sorry guys, just before you do, I just got a quick question, Stephen.
Sure.
You know the conditions there in Atlanta compared to here, North Queensland?
Yes. The skies conditions?
Well, yeah. Now, would there be a significant difference between Atlanta and here with that?
I think that it would be like the other scopes that we took to Australia, and that it would be probably twice as bright. Because the calcium scopes that we took to Australia could not be used with a camera until we bought a polarizing filter to reduce the brightness on the camera, because the camera would not go low enough exposure-wise to see an image. And since sodium is 80% of the sun's output is in the sodium range, I would imagine that it would be significantly too bright to use in Australia without some sort of additional filter. I don't think that the clarity is going to be much different because, like I say, 80% of the sun's energy comes out in these wavelengths, and I believe it penetrates any crap that's in our skies here. I believe the shake in the image would be better because you don't have as much pollution and air turbulence. But as far as the light itself, I think you'd be getting about the same amount or more light.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it does. Sorry, Gary. I just wanted to ask that before we got too far into it.
I think you might see some more detail in the granulation, but I don't know. See, like Steve's got it cloudy there. I've had it cloudy. I can't answer that until we get a really clear day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But really backing up what Steve said, it seems very, very good. I mean, the images are really sharp on the camera. And from an outreach point of view, it looks like it's going to be a winner on those days that are a little bit mediocre. It seems to punch through the edge of that cloud, even with the camera's images that Steve's sending over now. You can watch the cloud running through, and it's pretty good.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
What I haven't worked out is playing around with the wing shift yet. You might find that contrasts the unit up and the granulation becomes better and it's not so bright visual.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
so, but I mean, you know, we had it on outreach. We had mixed reviews there, which was quite surprising. I mean, we had something like 400 or 500 people in an afternoon look through it. Some people were saying they expected more granulation. Other people were quite happy, you know, so
yeah,
you can't answer that. But the one thing I will say is we had it on an F6 scope, very similar to Stephen's got, and I think it might need to be up in the F8 range.
I can see that. And I don't have any, every scope I own is designed to see a full disk moon or sun. So I don't have anything longer than that to try it on.
Yeah. I think the reason why I'm saying that is it's just gonna punch it up nearer the F30. That will darken the image. And I have found this with the HA Quarks. When we run them on F6, they're very, very bright. It's hard to get some contrast in them.
Oh, I see. So they do say on their website that the filters operate at best at F30 or close to.
Yeah, I mean anywhere between really say F28 to F32.
And we are not at that right now. We are at F25.
So I think that's maybe why visually we weren't seeing so much granulation.
Yeah.
Well,
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so does anyone, the cloud looks like it's gone by, so does anyone want to see more of the Quark? The other options are a Beta white light wedge for comparison, or calcium.
It'd be interesting to see on your.
I'd compare it. Yes, I would compare it between the two.
Okay, well, I'm going to go swap it out for the Beta wedge. Then I also have calcium and H alpha available that we'll go through.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, Steve, and I'm saying this because you know the conditions here in Australia.
Yeah.
You know, with the white light wedge that I've got here, I need the two polarizing filters, initial density filters, and the and a lunar filter on the camera.
Yes, because the sun is so bright.
Would I need the same with the
I would say yes.
sodium?
I would say yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that's a straightforward point. Yeah.
Yes, because your your sun is about 20 times brighter there, it seems like.
Oh, yeah, it feels like it too. When
Yeah. Okay, so here's my white light. Yeah, your UV levels, let me inspect this thing real quick, see if any damage was done to either filter. And no, there was no damage to the filter or the diagonal. They're not even warm.
See, nobody trusts me.
Well, I can understand why after meeting you, but there's still no damage to my. I kid.
Well, hang on. In Gary's defense, you survived driving in the UK. Mind you, Gary did it, but you survived it.
If you close your eyes, and there's still clench marks from my fingernail in his dashboard. But other than
Yeah.
that,
What didn't he have a Jesus bar on the front there?
Yeah, you remember that that film Planes, Trains and Automobiles?
Yeah,
Yeah, with the finger marks in the dashboard. It was like that.
Yeah. So what's that, Stephen? Was it?
But that's because they drive on the wrong side of the road. So when we overtake,
I
they
know.
go.
I know. Even the bloody Canadians do it too.
that never gets old.
What is this with driving on the wrong side of the road, guys? You know, Brian, hey, what is this?
That joke never gets old, man. I'll tell you, no matter how many times I hear it.
Driving on the wrong bloody side of the road, you know.
This is a green number 58 Celestron.
The thing was though, we weren't late for one event.
I'm sorry. Yeah, there is.
Well, I've told
No,
you
no,
the
there's only one end
story,
of the
Gary,
polarizer
when I
here.
picked Stephen up from
want
the
camera,
airport, Council Airport.
you know.
Yeah.
A green number 58 Celestron
And
gives you a fantastic image.
and he was
Visually, you
almost
would need the
wanting
other end
to
of the
jump
polarizer,
out
which
of
I
the
put on the
car.
bottom of the eyepiece and then turn it.
Out of the bus when we passed blind corners, you know, because there'd be this truck coming around, and we'd come around the other side of a blind corner. He'd almost jump out of the bus, you know.
This is the monochrome grasshopper. All right, we're almost ready, and what I've got is a Bader Herschel wedge with a green number 58 Celestron filter on the end of the camera, and a point gray grasshopper 5 megapixel camera this time. And we'll see what that looks like to compare it to the Sodium in just a moment. And my main man, Ralph Retta, is going to have to focus for me. Hopefully we'll be able to get it to focus. I don't know if I have to add the
actually Ralph has got on. It's a bit Aztec-y.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's Mexican. Rita's a Mexican name.
Right, back in a minute.
Okay. Okay. Fit to screen. And we are pretty close to focus already on this one. Let me share the screen with everybody. Keep forgetting to do that.
So this is the Beta wedge, yes?
Monochrome grasshopper with a Beta wedge.
Yep. Oh, look at that. That's what I know and love.
Yeah. All right, just a moment. The other way. Yeah, there you go. I think he just passed it.
A little bit off.
Getting there. It's very close. There's a spot right there. Wait a minute.
That's it. Perfect. There. Just there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good granulation. There.
Okay. All right. And this is the Bader Herschel wedge with the green number 58 Celestron filter.
Okay, so
And of course, I'm also more familiar with this equipment, so I'm much easier for me to use. I'd say the granulation is not as prevalent as it is in the Sodium Quark, but it is definitely there.
this is what 530.
This is white light.
Oh, this is white light, but you have the continuum on. Continuum. Oh, you don't have the continuum.
I have a green number 58 Celestron filter.
Oh, okay.
On the end of the camera.
That's pretty good then.
Why am I not getting a full disc? Oh yeah, because I'm not using the 6 megapixel camera. Okay. Yeah, like I say, I'm a lot more used to using this than I am the Sodium Quark. So that's got something to do with it also.
Don't wish to be a wet blanket, but I think the granulation is a lot more prevalent on the.
Yeah,
It certainly
our
seems
side,
to be more stable.
Yeah, from our side, this is
Yeah.
looking a lot better than the sodium.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
All right.
it's
Well,
you can
that's
see
why we're doing
granulation.
this. That's why we're doing this live. Okay.
that's a lot more
Yeah,
prevalent.
the granulation is stronger, but the detail around the sunspots is not.
Oh,
No.
correct. Yes. Give you that one. Yeah.
So I'm running a video of this, and then we'll look at
You've
calcium.
got three. You got 3 marks on that too.
Yeah, there's some.
4 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
You mean sunspots?
No, they
No,
look like
no.
they look like maybe some moisture rings or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are dust bunnies on the objective,
Yeah. Okay.
probably. We'll see.
Just you got 1 around the sunspot, and then you got 1 at about 10 o'clock, and then 1 at
What?
1 o'clock, and yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at the sunspots and things, and broadcasting it on Google. Come on around if you want to look. Go around that way.
That your neighbours, Steve.
Yeah. She's gonna come by for a look. Yeah, if you put that over your head and lean into here, you'll see just part of the sun, and there's sunspots. So pull the blanket up over your head. And this is about a third of the sun's disk, and the black spots are sunspots.
G'day, neighbour.
She can't hear you because she doesn't have a headset on. We're broadcasting this to England, Australia. Sorry. They're all saying hello.
And Canada, don't forget Canada.
Canada, UK, Australia, and the US.
Yeah. How's your throat feeling there?
It's still tender, but
Tender.
I didn't mean to laugh, but it was you handled that
It
pretty
was
well.
funny, wasn't it, Mike? Yeah, it was funny.
He handled it a whole lot better than the other people that I seen that have eaten those. That's for sure.
I've actually been practicing. I ate pieces of it every day.
Just run a nonprofit around the world that
just walk right into it. It's like a ton of brick.
Oh, so you did kind of work your way up a little bit.
Yeah. Walking into that without any
dog walker, or you dog walker?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea.
But it's definitely the most
Yeah,
painful.
she always talks to me when she comes over, and she'd bring her girlfriend Lyndon would come with her sometimes. Little
Gone
black
beyond
kid.
skipping my knee or something.
He's looked through the telescopes for me a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And I spoke to some doctors about it.
We're always doing something
It
crazy.
turns out that it actually causes
What's her
no.
name?
It's
Tina,
pure-
Steven, and Ralph doesn't live here, but that's Ralph.
Hmm.
All right, so we're going to switch over to calcium now, unless somebody wants to see white light more.
No, we're good. Oh, I'm good anyways.
Here we go. See you later. We're going to use a calcium name, which will not be mentioned. V1200.
So anyway, Brian, what was the Scoville of that chili you ate?
So it's actually surprisingly, it's not a scientific measurement. It's really just a subjective one, but it's around 1.8 to 2.2 million Scoville units.
Yeah, right.
Or about 850 times more than Tabasco sauce. That's some sort of.
Holy
Just
shit.
while you're sitting there, Steve, as I'm back,
Sure.
why don't you wing shift the sodium?
Okay, well I can, except that it's already cooled down, I think. Yeah, okay. Which way should we go with the dial?
Try going up, full to
All
the
way
right.
Okay.
Yeah. What I'm more interested in is your visual view.
Okay. All right. And in the meantime, we'll get the calcium going. So does the light turn green when it reaches that temperature, Gary, or does it just stay yellow?
Yeah, so it'll start off orange again, yeah, and then just leave it till it runs green. But I thought while you're messing around with the calcium and the other stuff, you could periodically change the wing shift on it.
Just a quick question. Does anybody else have any difficulty telling when that thing goes from yellow to green?
No, but what power supply are you using?
I'm using a portable lithium-ion power supplies.
Right. Well, generally, I've had no problems.
I'm in broad daylight here, and the sun is shining on it, and I'm using the supplied Daystar power supply, and it's clearly yellow or green.
Yeah.
Okay. It might just be my color vision. I have no idea.
Loosen the module and push it in further.
Because I seem to have a little bit of trouble noticing when it turns
about halfway
green.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the people that I speak to when they message me over problems on it, normally they're using some other form of power source, and it's not quite producing 2 amps.
Yeah, everything I have is producing. I've checked out, and everything I have is producing at least 2.5.
Yeah. But that's the only time. So
look at that. That's beautiful.
It might be worth putting it into its own power supply and checking it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there have been odd cases where there has been the fault of them not hitting band. Well, they're actually on band, but the light doesn't change.
Right. Okay.
So how many amps do they require, Gary?
It's 2 amp, 5 volt, so you can't use a phone charger. But you can use one of the power packs that charges a phone. Yeah, so on outreach, the company I use, I know Daystar do them, but I use Anchor ones.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah, they were out before the Daystar ones came out. So, and they're running an outreach event for 2 days.
All right, okay.
So that's the calcium view, and it's pretty much right on the money as usual. And you can see the facula and not the facula, but the plage and the spots. The camera is tilted a little bit, but I don't have a screw in this particular diagonal, so I can't tighten down the camera. And let's see. This is all my personal gear that I keep in the garage, so it's all in disarray. I keep the outreach stuff perfectly tuned.
Oh, big cloud.
That is such a UK view.
There you go. UK sun right there, man.
Just for you, Gary.
Just for you.
You know, yeah, just for you. Just when you thought you'd, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's about right. Where's the fog coming in next?
But you should know when you pull a new piece of kit out of the box that the clouds come out with it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well,
so we'll take a break here and remind everybody, everyone here is donated and supports the Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project, and I'm grateful. And if you're watching on YouTube, this is our yearly fundraiser. We do it 6 weeks out of the year, and I would rather pull my toenails out with rusty pliers than raise funds. But in order to remain a nonprofit in the United States, 33% of your funding must come from someone besides yourself. So I am required by law to do a public fundraiser and garner your money. And what we do with our program is we help other people, and we also do ourselves about 300 plus events per year in 23 countries. And we take these really high-tech, cool solar telescopes out to middle schools, public events, high schools, elementary schools, churches, home schools, anywhere you want to take them. And we try to spark the interest in science among the general public, because here in the U.S., all you have to do, or the UK, just turn on the news for 5 minutes and you'll see what's wrong with the world. And we believe that an interest in reason and science and the natural world will do wonders for a young person's mind. And just as I'm living proof of this, it will steer that young person towards science and towards something beneficial to the community, rather than Honey Boo Boo and Real Housewives, where they end up getting incarcerated later in life. So our program aims to use solar astronomy as an introductory science to get young students involved in science. And everybody here does outreach routinely and knows what I'm talking about. But those of you that are viewing If you would like to get involved, we will help you start your program. We will send you glasses. We will give you advice and tell you how to use the equipment, knock the learning curve down to a couple weeks rather than 6 months. And you too can be out doing this yourselves. And it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling, as everyone here can attest to. So if you'd like to support our program, our website is www.solarastronomy.org. And if you can't spell that, then you probably don't need to be getting involved. But it's www.solarastronomy.org. And there's a PayPal link on there. Go empty your pockets. And I challenge all you football fans to spend 10% of what you spent last week watching football and drinking beer on teaching your community's children about science. Okay, so our cloud is about to... Again, that website is solarastronomy.org, and there's a PayPal link, and we are tax deductible, etc., etc. So here comes the sun again, right on cue.
What I will say is, if you're in the UK, donate quick, yeah, because the way the pound to the dollar's going, yeah.
Yeah, it's going down the gurgler, just like the English cricket team. Yeah.
See if you can turn the camera a little bit.
Charity's going to get less bucks.
Try it this way.
Well, how can you not afford to send the
See if it'll
English
stay when you turn
over
it.
this year?
Well,
I'll stay with it. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay.
It
I mean,
seems to be.
so,
It seems to be up and down. It's all over the place at the moment.
you know, it'd be really bad if you challenged the
If
Canadians
any of
to a
you want
cricket
any
match
of these,
and
I'll
lost.
send them out.
What is? Oh, well done. Look at that. Oh, I wouldn't mind one, mate.
Yeah, well, message your address over later and I'll send some out.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty bloody good, mate.
Gary, my dog, Biggie,
Yeah.
thinks about you every day. Thinks about you every day because you bought me a solar system placemat when I was in the UK.
Yeah, that's the one.
And it's been under his dog water bowl ever since I got back.
Oh, is that how much you thought about it? All right,
Yeah.
okay.
So whenever Biggie's drinking, he thinks of Gary Palmer. It sounds appropriate, doesn't it?
Oh, jeez.
Next time I'm out, which should be soon, I'll mail you out some more of them posters and bring them out with me.
That would be awesome. I gave the ones away that you sent last time, and the kids love them. Of course, they love anything like this, especially when it comes from another country. It's amazing, to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is calcium.
Gary?
I did like a montage of prominence and filaments on a poster.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
And if you stay there,
Yeah. I'm here.
I happen to have some that I've not packed away from the show.
Oh. Yeah, if you can spare a few, mate.
Yeah,
really bloody good. Yeah.
So they seem to be they were popular at the show again this year.
Now that was a good event this year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That
it
show
was.
of yours?
It was very good from an outreach point of view. Everybody had a lot of interest in it this year.
Very good.
And I've elected not to do much work today. It was so full on.
Was Richard Bailey or Mark Townley at the show?
Richard Bailey was, Mark wasn't.
Mm. Was Bailey
You
wearing
mean
the Hawaiian
Richard
shirt?
Drake?
Say that again, Rob?
I was just going to say, you mean Richard dragged himself away from meeting Doctor Who?
Yeah, I think
Colin
so.
Baker and all them.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah. He didn't come in on one of my talks, but well, not that I know of. I didn't see him in there.
I don't know if the two of you could understand each other.
Yeah, we use sign language.
Yeah, so do I.
Who can understand each other?
Richard's accent is quite a bit different than Gary's accent.
Yeah.
Oh, I can understand Richard, not a problem. I've spoken to him before.
I rest my
On
case.
the light yourself. Yeah,
Wow, that was cold.
that was cruel. I don't know, bloody southerny yank. Yeah. Can't hunt a few crocodiles, you know, or alligators. No.
Let me remind you the hierarchy of this program. Let me remind you who the big cheese is.
Rightio. Okay. Hey, who was your
free information I've passed across?
Hey, Steve, who was your blooming translator when you were here?
Yeah, that's for sure.
You'd look at me and go, what did that person just say? I go, oh, they were saying good day to you.
Yeah. I got it figured out now. I'm good with the Aussie talk now. In fact, I met an Australian woman out when I was birding yesterday, taking pictures of birds in the woods, and she was from Perth. And I threw out all my best
really?
Australian sayings, and she laughed and laughed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
In the UK, we call women birds. So
yeah, I know.
Yes.
That whole
they do in Australia also.
That whole sentence has a different meaning here.
They do that in Australia also, because the first radio show I was on there, they asked me what I like the best about Australia, and I said, so far the birds are just beautiful. I can't believe how many beautiful birds you have here. And they all thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, here in the United States, they call it stalking.
Yeah. Well, it's passion when you first meet and stalking when you're breaking up.
That's right.
All right, so I've got the sodium turned up just about all the way, maybe 3 notches past center, and we're gonna do as Gary suggested and try to focus that. At least Ralph is. Ralph's been a great help. I couldn't have done this without him.
Oh, he is.
He's quiet though. I haven't heard a single dirty joke.
He's still wondering what's going on. He still hasn't got quite fathomed out the usual Charlie Bay Solar Astronomy Project hangout, but yeah, he'll get the hang of it.
Huh. Yeah. Can you hear them still, Ralph? Okay.
Especially when Gary and I get on. Actually, Steve Robertson's not on, you know. That's
just a moment.
Yeah.
Let me get a flat frame here first. Hold on.
When are you getting back into some more radio shows, Rob?
Should be soon. I've just been really busy actually. We're actually training 3 more announcers, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. Is that to try and keep people awake, stop them falling asleep?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Merle's getting a bit long in the tooth. I mean, she's 80 this year. She's
long in the tooth.
80. Yeah. You know, her use-by date's very quickly advancing. Yeah. The best before
Where's all
date.
that crap coming from?
What? Where? Oh, on your
There's just the quark is totally coated again with.
Lee. Boy.
It's probably on the dust cap, putting them back in.
Go and grab one of Natalie's makeup pad things.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me get it focused first.
What do you call them? I know. You know what they put their foundation
Compact.
on the. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I haven't done nighttime astronomy in a while, so I don't know what that's called. Oh, those are clouds coming by. So everybody, hang on.
All right. We're hanging.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to wipe the crap off the quark.
That would be kind of tough to work into a sentence. Wipe the crap off the quark.
Off the clock.
Yeah. You ain't going to hear that in a lot of places.
That's right.
Well, all I keep thinking of is that bartender on Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
Quark.
Yes.
What you need is one of them. You need a rocket blower, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them little rocket blowers just takes the dust clean off everything.
I have a Q-tip, which we use to clean our ears in the U.S.
Yep. But they leave as much hair on the camera as what they take off dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Q-tip.
All right. Q-tip, it's called.
What the hell's Q-tip?
It's a brand name.
We just call them earbuds.
Yeah, there's still a bunch of crap on it. I don't know where it's coming from.
Isn't that name more logical? Earbud? Q-tip.
Yeah, hey, Stephen, they make there's a couple companies that make it's like a foam square, and that works really, really well. But you only use them one time and throw them away. They're not real cheap, but as long as you
use the buds like what you're using in a rocket blower, and it works fine.
Way in.
Rocket blowers are only about £10 over here, so they've got to be cheap over where you are.
Up. There you go. Getting close.
Yeah, we get those things for like 3 cans for like $6 or $7.
Yeah, it's not in a can. This is like just a large air blower, like a bubble.
Oh, like a bulb?
Yeah, it's really about the size of your hand. Yeah, with an air tube on it.
There. That's pretty close. Oh, okay.
I don't use any of the what's his name? Any of the compressed air because of the gas going over the sensors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It all depends on the heat of the can at the time of use.
Yeah. Yeah, because they cool down as you use them.
Yeah, that's it. And then it ends up spraying the liquid over everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
The liquid that's in the propellant.
Mm.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that sunspot again. So, sorry, guys.
Geez, that hedge really does need a trim, doesn't it?
This is a really big image of the sun.
You could actually trim that into the shape of an eyepiece or a telescope. Topiary.
Topiary, yeah.
Yeah.
There's those Newton rings.
I was so resisting the urge to say something. No, I'm just yeah, I'm back.
Which button that is? I'm trying my
best.
best.
Have a charity fundraiser. See how many trees you can fell in the area and make it good for astronomy.
Yeah, well, that's it. But I mean, I think Steve's got about 6 other houses around him, or units, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, it's crowded.
So no, I'm bad enough living next door to the neighbour here.
There it is.
There's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I could stand being in a close proximity like that.
No, I've only got sheep around me.
Have you? Oh,
yeah, look at that.
You.
Now, listen, so we've got this focused now.
Yeah.
We've got it focused now, and I have to say the first comment I have is that you can see facula much better.
Yeah.
In fact, the entire image is much better. And then it's 3 notches above center.
Is that back on the 6MP camera?
This is the 5 megapixel camera.
Yeah, I can just see some very faint band in there again.
Yeah, that does look like Newton rings.
It does. Yeah. It does, doesn't it? Yes. I'm getting it really bad here. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah,
but
everybody's a critic.
Fast enough for the internet here.
Okay, so.
Oh, shut up. It's not that bad here.
No, I'm on about here. The sheep in the field here power the internet. Yeah. If they stop and graze, we get no internet.
Mm.
Yeah, it's definitely more noticeable in color. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice right there.
Yeah, the seeing conditions are going in and out pretty bad, but
what I was interested in, Stephen, was now if you put the eyepiece in, seeing whether that improved granulation in the eyepiece.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
At that setting.
I will go look.
And gets rid of that blooming dust bunny.
It makes the APOD look authentic. The only thing you need now, Stephen, is to take some
alien ship.
Take some twigs off of that bush behind, put them in front of the camera, and you're going to win Astronomy.
Yeah, it's got to be out of focus though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just say it's an alien ship harvesting the sun.
The eyepiece view is the same. I don't see any difference.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I think it's just too bright in the eyepiece.
Yeah.
I think the brightness of the yellow wavelengths is just blurring out all that.
So you think?
Yeah, I think it might be a polarizing filter on the eyepiece
Could be.
for outreach. Either that or an f8 scope.
All right. So
Maybe a neutral density too.
Yeah, it could be a case of mixing and matching, but it's going to be a few little bits
Right.
to bring it up.
Also, the polarizer also might help quell those Newton rings a little bit, at least visually.
I couldn't see him visually. Visually, it was stunning. Yeah, lots of detail in the sun.
Oh, really?
yeah, I didn't see any of them visually either, but I did see them
Oh yeah, well that's right, because Newton rings are mainly because of a flat
camera.
Yeah, flat camera to the optical path.
Yep.
Yeah, the larger the chip, the worse they get.
Yeah. There you go. Oh man, that's getting better.
That is perfect. So, Mike, what quarks? Do you have any quarks at all?
Do I have any what?
Any of the quarks like hydrogen alpha or calcium?
Yeah. I have the H alpha, and then once I got the H alpha, I fell in love with it, and turned around and sold my most of my calcium K band and H alpha stuff, and I bought the quark sodium, and I bought the calcium H line, and and now I'm of course I'm waiting for the sodium to come in. I've got a big outreach next week that I plan to use all three of them in.
Yeah, cool.
Do you think it'll turn up by then? Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah. They
Alpha, what do you think?
Jen already said that mine had already passed the testing and was getting ready to be boxed. So I'm expecting it hopefully this week.
Yeah, that's the spot there.
Cool.
Spots in
And image quality compared to your old stuff, what do you reckon?
I tell you what, I was kind of skeptical at first because I had a little bit of a learning curve with the H alpha, because the dedicated scopes are so so easy. You just put them up and point it and you're good to go.
Bang, there you go.
But I tell you what, once I got the I got the chromosphere quark. Once I got that thing going, I tell you, it's amazing. It rivaled my double stack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, and was much brighter, and it was a lot better for outreach. When you double stack, I mean, it just really narrows the band down, which is great, if you're doing it by yourself. But if you got a bunch of people looking at them for outreach, it makes it a little bit more difficult. And
that's because none of the companies have learned how to double stack properly yet.
There you go.
Correct.
But I tell you what, it's when you're running people through, being able to put it on an 80 or 100 millimeter refractor makes a big difference.
It's so easy for outreach not having to have over 100 millimeter scopes. This is the key.
Yep, that's what I use. All of mine are 100 millimeters now, and I got to tell you, my I know a little bit about the outreach part, and the people do not respond well to zoomed in images of the sun.
No,
they respond a lot better to full disk images. Yeah, and I can see that as one drawback of the Quark in a big telescope. Maybe the 80 millimeter Daystar refractor will show you a full disk. Did you buy the Daystar scope as well, Mike?
No, I'm running them on. I got a couple of 80 millimeter triplets, and I got a 100 millimeter triplet that I mainly use. And
Gary, did you get the Daystar scope as well, Gary?
No, because I've got all of the other scopes here, so
Trying to find out if you can see a full disc or not with the Daystar scope and the Quark.
Well, you could do that. If you put one of the reducers on the front, you should be able to see it.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I have
because it would certainly be a lot lighter load to carry if you just had 3 80mm Daystar scopes and 3 Quarks.
Well, this is
you could
a lot better.
This is the thing. I mean, if I was doing outreach here with the Hydra and Alpha, it would be 70 or 80mm. If you get a nice prominence, then leave it as standard. You know, if there's not a lot going on, then run the reducer on it. Yeah, it's all about the eyepiece as well. You got to remember that you can mix and match with the Quark. You know what I mean? So you can use a wider field eyepiece, or you can use a zoomed in eyepiece, depending on what's going on and what details there, and what Quark you're using.
Yeah.
So
all right. And speaking of Daystar Quarks, we are giving away a hydrogen alpha chromosphere and a calcium H quark with a Daystar 80mm telescope as one of the grand prizes when we meet our fundraising goal. And the second grand prize is a Skywatcher USA 120mm Pro ED telescope with a name which will not be mentioned, Solar Wedge, attached. And we're giving away both of those items to 2 donors of $100 or more to the 2016 fundraiser. So if you're watching, there should be a card on your Google Plus screen that you can click that says CBSAP, or solarastronomy.org has a PayPal link there. So cough it up, suckers. Let's go. So that was the H alpha view we just saw, and now we're seeing it through clouds. And does anybody have any closing comments? Mike, why don't you start us off? We'll go around the room for closing comments, and then because the sun's about to go behind the house at my house. So
okay.
No, really.
Well, I'm impressed with the sodium quark. I'm looking forward to mine, and I think it's I think kind of Daystar's got the right thing going here, and from a personal outreach, I do an awful lot of nighttime outreach, and just recently kind of gotten into the solar, and it makes a lot of sense for me to not have to carry a bunch of different telescopes, so I think it's overall I think it's great, looks good, and thanks for doing this, Stephen. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Carolina Reaper, what do you got?
I'm just enjoying being here with everyone, enjoying the views of the Quark. Again, the reason we're all here is outreach, educating people, getting people excited about this stuff. So that's all I can say is, reach out to your friends and family. Let's try and make our fundraiser happen this year, and cheers to everyone.
Good
Palmer.
What was that? Me?
Gary Palmer, UK.
Yeah. I've got to say something for a change. It's I think as Mike said, Daystar have got it right. We've now got a new light band, something totally different that we've not seen before. And it's another thing we can use on outreach,
Absolutely.
Get the public enjoying it, and from our point of view in the UK, certainly with the weather conditions, watching what was going on your screen with the cloud, it seemed to be working really good. So it's a case of get donating, you might get some free kit.
There you go. Ralph Rita, first time visitor.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I think it was nice seeing the comparison of the different wavelengths and what we get typically with our white light wedges versus the sodium now. When you go out on these outreaches, you can show white light, hydrogen alpha, sodium, calcium K, and have the whole lineup ready to go. And I think that'd be great for people to see, looking at different wavelengths, looking at different depths into the solar atmosphere. So I think it'd be great having this in the arsenal.
One thing that really works well.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh my God.
He's asleep.
Well, everybody started talking, and I was there going, I was listening to what they were saying, and
No, I was going to say then, one thing that worked well at the outreach was having all of the equipment there showing images on all of the screens, and you could just point to each one.
Yeah.
You know, that really was so easy to explain.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we do at my events here locally. I have a station for visual observing, and then 3 IMAX on a table connected to 3 different wavelengths for.
Yeah.
Really, it started for special education kids, and then it got so popular that everybody looks at it now. So that is a
Yeah.
really, really good thing to have.
You're going to need a full screen now.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, friends, and you guys are my good friends in this program, and all of you support the program, and I'm grateful for you. I wish we had more like you. If I had 10 of each of you, I wouldn't have to do a fundraiser. But I appreciate it, and I hope the viewers got something out of this. And the Daystar Sodium Quark is a pretty awesome piece of kit, and I'd recommend it, especially for high focal length shots. And we are going to play with it some more and get some images and continue with that. So thank you from everybody at the Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project. And our website to donate via PayPal is www.solarastronomy.org. Good day, mates.
Later.
Yeah,
Have a good one.